Hey all, and welcome to Geek Freaks.
What's up?
I am Frank, and I'm with Jonathan.
What?
And Daniel.
Hola.
Hola, there's that bilingual again.
Can you translate that for us?
I know.
Yeah, where's that Spanish to English dictionary? Check this out. I'm fact checking this. We are currently in the studio. We're still working on that echo, so bear with us as we get the echo down. Actually, it's sounding better.
It's not too bad, yeah. I think it's better than where we used to record.
One thing that helps is we're in here. So,
yeah,
normally when I'm testing echo, it's me by myself with the echo app and stuff like that. I'm like, I need more things in here. I didn't think about people being in here. Yeah,
meat.
So that's meat. Yeah, well, I never think about that. That's true. We're all a lot of meat. So, you guys playing anything? You guys watch anything? I mean, I know I'm doing Kingdom Hearts right now. I'll do a first look at that. You guys watch anything interesting? No, kind of just continuing.
Really. Yeah, same stuff. I guess same before. I mean, I'm rewatching Voyager again.
Yeah.
I do that pretty much every year. It's amazing.
It's been a bit for me since I've done that. I need to do that.
You got it. I mean, and they're on.
It's a sin that I haven't.
Right? They're on Netflix, so it's easy.
And I have the DVDs.
Yeah,
Just like
true.
seriously,
Yeah,
like
full collection.
You actually bought that for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
I need to. So I'm gonna watch Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
Right now. I've been catching up on a lot of Netflix too.
Yeah.
You know what movie I watched? So there's a podcast I listen to called Small Beans. I'll give them a shout out because they well deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunch of cracked retired people. Someday I'll do a whole thing about cracks, fell, and rise. But anyway, so a lot of them, mainly Michael Swain and Abe Epperson, left for Small Beans. They made their own podcast franchise and everything. Well, anyways, one of their many shows is Coen Brothers, where they talk about Coen Brothers movies. Mm-hmm. I love Coen Brothers movies, but I've only seen a couple of them. So I've really enjoyed listening to their podcast and discovering new ones. Raising Arizona. Well, one of them that they talked about was The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. And what it is it's a series of short stories within one movie.
I watched that.
Did you watch it?
I did. I was confused about it, though.
To me, after I listened to the podcast, I knew what to expect.
Okay.
Then I watched it, and I'm like, oh, holy cow, is this my new favorite Coen Brothers movie? It might be. I loved it.
So, I don't think I've seen the last... I think I watched like 3/4 of it, though, because I put it on before I fell asleep, and fell asleep during it. But the first bit of it was pretty funny, and then it's like, oh, wait, okay, that guy's dead.
It
moves on
changes.
to another story. And it's like, okay, and this is, that's going pretty, okay, well, that's the end of that story. And it goes on to somebody else, so it's kind of confusing. But
the key to Buster Scruggs is that it is the different kinds of Western movies.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah. So when you're watching it, that's the thing, is it's changing. I liked all of them. The slowest one, which tends to be everybody, it's actually like the most Coen Brothers one of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't care for too much. I don't know if you caught it yet. Is the one where the two... I'm sorry, what is it? The woman is in the wagon train headed west, and she's going to marry the guy from the wagon train.
Yeah, I remember some of that.
It had a really cool ending, but it was a little too slow for me.
I remember them all walking by the covered wagons.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't... maybe that's where I fell asleep. That's probably where I fell asleep.
It's worth a rewatch, and the last one, just to give you a heads up, just so that you kind of understand right away, they're all dead. They're all on their way to heaven and hell. Mm-hmm. So when you watch that, just kind of think of that when you watch the last piece. Right. But man, Liam Neeson in there, that was an insane story, and... my personal favorite, I think everybody's favorite, is the gold miner story. Yeah, that was the best
man,
one.
That was good.
Yeah, and just the first skit, the Buster Scruggs, and like the idea that there's always a badass cowboy, and your job is to live until the next badass cowboy takes you out. I just loved that story. Yeah. It's funny because so anyways, that's just a shout out to Small Beans. Check out, guys, Small Beans. This is one of their episodes. They did one for Oh Brother Where Art Thou, which is, of course, something I love.
Yeah, such a good movie.
I bought the CD. I used to listen to the CD all the time.
That would be a good movie for them to either remake or do a sequel of.
I could see a more modern take on it.
Yeah.
But, it would be hard to remake that because it was made kind of perfectly. And not too long ago, actually.
No. Well, it's got to be like 12 years ago or something?
2005. I remember it first came out when you were in high school, and I used to have to pick you up in high school.
Yeah. Because
I'd be listening to the CD like Big Rock Candy Mountain while I'm waiting for you. But man, that movie was so good. And then they did a podcast. They did 2 hours talking about that movie. Mm-hmm. And after 2 hours listening to a podcast, I was still like, I gotta listen to more. So I ended up sending a message like, you guys nailed it on this one.
Even if the same producers made a totally different story, but made it directly in that same world, the way they did it with the same feel and stuff would be really cool.
Yeah. So anyways, that's what I've been watching. I've been catching up on all my Netflix stuff that I've been catching. I need to catch up on.
Nice.
And then I know Daniel just finished up Black Butler, and you haven't picked your new anime yet, right?
No, not yet. And I finished Punisher the day it came out too.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
But right now I kind of been watching reruns of Dragon Ball Z and like Super. Yeah. Just like the badass fight scenes that give you goosebumps. Like yeah. That's what I've been watching.
Yeah. I think that's a good assignment for you. Is you are an anime guy, obviously.
Yeah.
All the good animes, I think, majority of the good animes that I've ever watched is out of your recommendation. So you find a good anime, you bring it to us, let us know what it's about, and then we'll catch up on it.
Copy that.
You're already doing that, so just this time do it in front of a mic. Okay, so we'll go ahead and dig into the news. This may be a little bit older news, but we're going to get into it. Let's go to the movies first. Zombieland 2 gets its official title. It's Zombieland 2 Double Tap. And I'm excited for it. What's that?
I'm excited.
So I read an article about it. It's funny because Zombieland came out before Walking Dead. And like zombies got real oversaturated. So that's kind of interesting that it was this comedy zombie movie that feels like it was after the hype, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. The picture they released because everybody's doing the 10-year challenge, so they did their 10-year challenge, and that's how they released the new artwork or the new poster, and it's basically just a 10-year fast forward of the original poster. So it's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to it. One thing that's really exciting about it is whenever you hear about a zombie story, one of the plot lines you could run is you just have to outlast the zombies. They're going to eventually decay. Mm-hmm. But this took a real Left 4 Dead version of it where 10 years later the zombies are evolving and they're like manipulating and stuff like that. So they're all freaking wackadoo. Yeah. So I'm excited and I want to see how well Twinkies did after 10 years, you know, because they're always hunting down them Twinkies. So
yeah, that after 10 years, you've gotten to the point where there's probably little to any resources that you can reuse. So you have to learn how to create. Like you have to start growing your own food at that point. Right. Yeah. And I know there's one point where they're at Washington D.C. These are the little tidbits we're getting from the set. Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some more humans that they run into and interact with, and mutated zombies. So that'd be pretty cool. You ever played Left 4 Dead, John?
Yeah, I have 1 and 2. I think I have 2 and only played a little bit of it. But
if you guys haven't played that, it's like on Steam for $2 right now. Nice. You played that before, right, dude?
Oh yeah, I used to tweak on that.
Yeah, such a good game, and I loved like the boomers.
Yeah.
So I'll be excited to see a movie that kind of takes that aspect of zombies where they could be mutated.
I need to watch the first movie again.
Yeah, I'm willing to tell me when you want to watch that, dude. I'll come over and we'll binge that shit. Binge. It's one movie. You just use that term now.
Get some food, get some beers. I'll be tired.
That's a good idea. We get the reveal of Bo Peep for Toy Story 4. And it's been a long time since she's been around. Gosh, about 15 years, I think. Yeah. She's wearing pants now. She looks like she's kind of like been out on her own a little bit. And so I'm excited to see her back. The storyline that we're getting out so far, again, this is from production news and stuff like that, is Woody goes out on the road, and it looks like maybe to find Bo Peep or something like that. And there's a new character, Forky, which is played by the guy from Veep, the one that carried the Bagman from Veep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see if he plays this character, this new toy called Forky, which is, the funny thing about Forky is...
It's a fork.
It's a fork that she, like, put, like, little things on to make eyes, googly eyes, and stuff like that to make a new toy. So then he has a toy with life, and he's like, what am I? He doesn't
I'm not
understand.
Supposed to be a toy.
Yeah, so it's kind of a funny idea. Anyway, so they're going to go across America and then see, like... there's one scene where there's going to be at a carnival where there's toys hanging up at the thing. So they're going to be seeing like toys across America. So that'd be interesting. It's like a road trip movie. Yeah. So that'd be cool. But yeah, we got the new Bo Peep though.
Trying to milk that nostalgia.
I mean, why not? Everybody's nostalgia crazy right now. Yeah. Detective Pikachu, not out yet, already has a sequel in development.
Wow, really? Yeah. Has it been released in other countries or what?
Hold on. Data just threw me off like crazy. You said it looks horrible?
Yeah, it looks like shit. I'm a youth fan of shit.
Are you serious?
I'm not happy about it.
So because of this light controversy already, we have to go see it together and come to this table and review it together.
I am very much down with that because I'm definitely going to go see that opening night.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Detective Pikachu.
Really?
I watched the trailer like 10 times just in podcast related stuff and on my side. It's really good.
Horrible.
Really? Oh man, yeah. Okay. I'm excited. We'll watch it together then.
All right.
That way we can sit there and like you can try to tell me why it's horrible, and it may be. I just go off of a trailer. But to me, it's a good sign that the sequel's already made, because that means the people behind the scenes that have already seen the movie have thought, this is worth a sequel.
Yeah, this is making money. Let's keep going.
It's a good sign, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, a bunch of suckers are going to be freaking watching this thing.
Are they wrong?
Exactly.
I'll be a sucker.
We got a teaser showing that Ghostbusters 3 is getting a release date for July 10th, 2020. This is going to continue off the original franchise.
With the original cast.
Dan Aykroyd and all, yeah. I know. Daniel's excited about that. It's supposed to at least have Dan Aykroyd. That's the only one I know for sure is confirmed. They do hope in the future to cross over this franchise and the 2016 reboot franchise.
With the girls?
With the girls, yeah. So, here's the thing. I never watched the 2016 reboot, but I should have, because I'm a huge Melissa McCarthy fan and SNL fan. It's a big SNL cast on that. So, I will watch that. It has Chris Hemsworth as well. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been busy. But do you think it was... So, did you watch that remake?
No. Since the original cast wasn't in there, I thought it was going to be...
See, I think that's the attitude a lot of people had. It was, well, it's not the original cast, I'm not going to watch it. I want to watch it and try to go in with it open-minded and see how it is.
Chris Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth, yeah. He plays like the secretary.
I watched like the first half of it, I think. But I it's one of those movies that I wasn't super into seeing, so I put it on before I go to bed. And sure enough, I fall asleep in the middle of it every time.
Not a great sign.
So I did that twice, but yeah, I have it at home. I should just sit down and watch it before this one comes out.
I like the actors in it. And there was just so much controversy of like, why are you trying to reboot it when the other actors are still alive? It's hard because unlike other franchises where you're just rebooting like a Godzilla or something like that, this franchise is so ingrained in the characters. Bill Murray in the original Ghostbusters is hilarious. Yeah. Dan Aykroyd when he's in the with the anyways, there's all kinds of
things. When that thing happens.
Well, I don't want to go into it too much, but yeah. So I think that's one of the reasons. Like, you can't remake. A good example, Bill Murray again. You can't remake Groundhog Day. You can make Happy Death Day, which gives homage to it, but you can't remake a Groundhog Day without Bill Murray, because people are gonna watch it and just be like, "Yeah, but Bill Murray was perfect."
But you could try.
All right, who would you want to see as the replacement for Groundhog Day?
What's his name? Even Stevens' kid.
Oh, God, no.
Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf.
I could see him.
I have a feeling Shia LaBeouf, who has disappeared, is off somewhere in some middle of America town going through his own Groundhog Day, trying to figure out how to be a better person, because that kid is full on nuts now. Probably. He's crazy. Have you watched him on YouTube and stuff like that?
No.
There's one YouTube video you got to see of him where this guy, they have our friend Howard, has the camera on his helmet while he's riding his motorcycle. Yeah. This guy pulls up to the stop sign, looks over, and there's Shia LaBeouf in his truck just like staring at him. What's up, bro? It's just like the scariest thing I've seen all year.
If you were a celebrity, wouldn't you randomly just give people like dead stares? And like, oh my God, it's Liam Neeson. What do you want? 7 days. Something random.
Okay, so let's go into some TV stuff. CBS is kind of killing it in the CBS All Access territory, their streaming service. Mm-hmm. They ordered a pilot for, I'm not saying this is why they're killing it, but I'm going to mention this. They ordered a pilot for a Frankenstein show. Yeah. Not necessarily this is the reason they're killing it. But they did. It's going to be made by the guys that did Elementary. So the Sherlock Holmes show. Do you remember watching that? I know I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Back in the earlier days. I don't know how it is now.
Yeah.
So they're going to make a Frankenstein show. So I'm assuming it'll be a more modern Frankenstein.
That was the one with Lucy Liu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she played Watson.
That was pretty good.
I liked it. It was, it was a good procedural. They're also making a The Stand from Stephen King, and Twilight Zone gets a release date for April 1st. That's the Jordan Peele Twilight Zone, and that's on CBS All Access as well. So they got Star Treks. They're really kind of they're making a lot of content for their streaming service, which is I'm happy with that.
They realize if they're changing the game, going into streaming service like everybody else, they need to be producing hot, fresh, new, expensive content to really start off on a good leg, right? Yeah,
and they have a good library too. I mean, there's been a lot of great CBS shows in the past. You can watch all the Star Treks. It's another place to watch Voyager. Yeah. Because it aired on a different station, but was produced by CBS. Another show. Also, all these shows got renewed. They're getting more seasons from the CW. CW has renewed The Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, Black Lightning, Riverdale, which is a surprise hit. Have you guys seen Riverdale yet? I need to watch it because at first I was like, look, I like the Archie comics, but I'm not going to watch a TV show about Archie. I actually have a collection of Archie comics.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like really good. And it's like dark and everything like that. So it's actually where Sabrina got spun off of. And Supernatural got renewed for season 15. So
I know.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I'm excited.
So that show's just not going to die, I think.
Yeah, that show's
much like its characters.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy.
I know the cast are all excited. They're like thanking the fans.
Yeah. Well, it's the fans have been really carrying that show, which is cool. I like when a show's that good that it's earned the loyalty of the fans to that degree. You know? Pretty cool. Fuller House will be done after the season 5. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really watch that.
It was okay, but my wife would like to watch it. We would watch it every once in a while. But it was not the same as watching the original show. It was clearly, if we were the kids watching the original show, maybe, but it's clearly made for our kids, the next generation, to watch it. And it's
weird because is it that I'm older now that I'm not liking this, or is it because you guys are aiming this the wrong way?
Yeah, I think I'm just no longer the target audience because it stayed the same.
I think that's the hard part. Yeah,
it probably wanted to have that, what do you call it, nostalgia to pull in the parents to like, hey, oh yeah, you should watch this show. I used to watch it when I was a kid, but it's the comedy and stuff is the same as it was when we were kids, which isn't my interest anymore. Isn't the same.
It just doesn't. And I love sitcoms. I'll watch some like what would be considered cheesy sitcoms today. Like one of my favorite recent cheesy sitcoms that everybody hates is Rules of Engagement. I loved it.
Yeah, I love that
because it is cheesy. You know the stories because they're just sitcom stories, but
that's so true.
Yeah. Anyway, so Fuller House is out. And we're getting a new show coming from Sci-Fi Channel. It's based on Chucky, the scary movies Chucky.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Sci-Fi's been doing good with going out on a limb a lot. They have the new George R. R. Martin's show that's based in Night Flyer. Mm-hmm. It's based in space. Magicians has been doing really well for them. So I'm excited for them to just take more chances.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Chucky's got a new movie coming up too, so it's a good time to revitalize that.
Yeah.
All right, we're looking at video games now. Anthem's got the beta out for all the reviewers to check out. I don't know where mine's at, but whatever.
Right.
But so we're seeing a lot of footage coming out for Anthem. And
I heard it was horrible.
All the beta has been terrible. It's been crashing a lot, and the gameplay has been mediocre at best. Well, it's a shooter game where you're flying around, and one of the biggest complaints is the shooting is very lackluster. Are you going to get this? Game's coming out in March.
No.
I was excited for it during E3.
Time to play video games. I don't feel like I'm gonna waste my money on that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for it to come out. And when we did our E3 episode, I think it was in my top 5, maybe my number 1 even. I think I'm gonna wait and let everybody kind of take their hits on it, and then let them fix the problems, and then I'll get in on it. I think it's a good game. It's just EA's going through a lot of stuff right now, and actually this will feed into the next story. So one thing that everybody's excited about on Anthem, there's no loot boxes because they've kind of been going loot box crazy lately.
Yeah.
But now you can buy skins and they're like $20 skins.
Ooh.
I know, right? Well, give me loot boxes then if you're going to do that to me. And that's not that exciting. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where EA is shaky at best right now. They have the problems with Star Wars. We've talked about that in the past. None of the Star Wars games are doing well. Another thing that happened with EA, we'll go to the next story here, is FIFA 19, they're removing their microtransactions from Belgium. And it's because Belgium's been fighting back against this. What's going on, and it's happening industry-wide, is there's these things called loot boxes where you can get skins and different weapons and stuff like that, right? Well, you can either buy one loot box or you can buy a bulk of like 10 loot boxes. But in doing that, you get like a little bit of a deal on the loot box. Mm-hmm. Problem is you don't know what you're getting. So a lot of countries are fighting, saying that this is gambling, and gambling's illegal because you're putting money in. It's the thing is, and you're getting something back that may have a low value, may have a great value, and a lot of systems like Steam lets you resell that. So therefore, you technically are making money out of that.
Easy solution. They need to make sure that they all have equal value.
Well, then there's no reason for the loot box. There's the problem. Okay, so the reason that needs to be different values in there, Jonathan, is there's a mental trigger that comes with gambling. It's the same thing with mobile games.
Also, they're trying to get the benefit of gambling.
They're trying
to be gambling.
Right, they want it. Yeah. The gaming company wants that to happen. They want to create that little need of you like, I could get something good. It's that same thing with when you're at a slot machine. It's the same thing when you're playing your mobile game and you're like, yeah, but if I pay $1, I get 50 donuts in the Simpsons game. Yeah. And you can go for it.
But like if you get a skin for a character or whatever that you don't really care for, so it's a low value one that nobody really wants, but you happen to get like these other little trinkets or whatever that offset the value, then make it an even number, then that would make them all even, right? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. People don't. They want it to be an uneven value because that's what gets the sales.
Like right now, the big thing with FIFA is they're pushing this new format. You play FIFA games?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. So maybe you know the name of this. I forget the name of it. But there's a game mode where you basically create your best team.
Squad. Yeah, out of cards.
Out of cards, right. So these card packs is what... In FIFA... So FIFA, while in America may not be the hottest game, it's actually 24-25% of the sales for EA, the company. Yeah. That's pretty huge. It's crazy. Because the rest of the world's crazy for FIFA for soccer or football. Sorry. Yeah. We do have fans out in Europe. So anyway, in doing this card system, they're pushing that. They're actually going to start phasing off the other game modes and make it to where the primary game mode is the card game. Which is a shame when you spent $60 on this game.
I play Madden and FIFA. I don't even play the fantasy.
Yeah. Well, they're starting to phase those out now, where it's like it's a shame.
Like me and my buddy, we play Madden and we only do fantasy leagues.
There you go, yeah.
And then I find that fun. I don't really care for the whole card thing and playing people online. Yeah. It's too much.
Well, it's hard. And another thing with loot boxes is if I'm going to earn something, like, I want it to be for my accomplishments in the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be because I have money in my pocket. So it's just one of those things where it's an issue. Fortnite has addressed this themselves. They're ahead of the game on this. Mm. And they actually made it to where, and it's kind of the fix that's going to be happening, I think, industry-wide, is instead of buying... So now when you hover over the piñatas, you can buy piñatas in that game. It's for their PvE version. You hover over the piñatas, it'll actually tell you what's in the box before you buy it. And then next day, you'll get a new box that might have stuff you want, might not, and then you can choose to open it or not. So, and you're no longer allowed to buy 10 boxes at once. You only can buy the one at a time. Oh, okay. I think that's fair. If I see a skin that, so I still have the thrill of checking every day. It's actually getting me on the game every day. And there's still that thrill in it, but I know what I'm buying. So it's not a real crapshoot,
Yeah, PUBG does that. Like, if you open this box, these are the skins. And then you could get free skins, like open up free boxes, or you can pay $1.
But does it tell you exactly what's in that one box you're opening?
It does.
Okay, so PUBG nailed it. So again, Fortnite's copying PUBG.
Yeah.
They strike again.
Yeah, PUBG already came out with that a while ago.
I think it's a good system. I think that's a happy medium. The industry makes extra cash, and we make our cash. I don't want to spend $60 to a key to a game where I buy more stuff. Like, don't do that to me. Don't become Call of Duty Blackout.
Don't be a Black Ops game.
Some more news. Metro Exodus. They pulled off Steam. They're going to be only releasing on Epic stores. Steam players have already pre-ordered the game. Actually, when they announced this, the pre-orders went up because they're going to be honoring the pre-orders everywhere else. They just wanted to get their voice heard. The reason they're doing this, and it's pretty interesting, is Steam takes a 30% cut on all sales. That's a huge chunk. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Epic is only going to take a 12%. I mean...
That's insane. That's a huge difference.
Right, and Epic is hosting the biggest game in the world right now, Fortnite. So it's actually a pretty huge presence. Mm-hmm. Now if you can start selling games, and 12% is so much cheaper.
Yeah.
If they start doing the sales that Steam does, then maybe they gotta,
That's smart though. Fortnite's big right now, but Lord knows how long that's gonna last. So they should start diversifying a little bit. And
personally, I feel like Fortnite's already starting to shake.
Yeah,
I think they're starting to just because it's not as buzzworthy right now.
While they have that name, while they have that title, start spreading your money out a little bit and get value somewhere else.
Yeah. All right. So next up is let's see what else we got here. Sorry, we got multiple pages. So. PS5. Everybody has been going crazy lately. Like PS5 news coming out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to clarify what's going on. So everybody's like, So what it was there was a person who announced that, or had leaked basically, that PlayStation is now focusing on all their first party games, the games that Sony makes for their PlayStations. Mm-hmm. They're focusing on the PS5, not PS4 anymore.
Yeah.
And so everybody's like, oh my god, that means that PS5's on its way, and. Yeah, guys, no duh.
It is, yeah.
So everybody's been crazy on Twitter, stuff like that. I went ahead and shared the story on Twitter just because I thought, okay, people are interested in this.
Yeah.
But I want to clarify right now, that's not new news.
Yeah.
If you follow the developer side of things, if you follow Ubisoft and EA and Activision and stuff like that, you see that they're changing their software in which they're developing these games because they know 2020 is when all the new systems are coming out.
Yeah.
We're going to see our new Xbox. We're going to see our new PlayStation. They're in 2020. That's not new news. This one guy who leaked this thing, it was like, dude, yeah, no duh.
Yeah.
Sony's now doing what all the other developers are doing. So I just kind of thought it was interesting, and I thought I should mention that, like, yeah guys, just a leak coming from us if you guys didn't know. Microsoft's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing that. Yeah. So there's a reason that we're seeing a lot of the long-term games coming out right now. Kingdom Hearts is the best example of that, which, by the way, we're going to have a big episode of that coming up probably before or after this soon. But yeah, it's because all the long title games, they need to get out now while the systems are relevant. They can't come out next year when the new system's coming out. It's going to hurt sales. So before that gets announced, you're going to start seeing games get rushed real quick. Red Dead Redemption 2 now. All these long-term games now.
I want to know if Kojima's game is coming out yet.
Do you know the title of the game? I don't remember.
Shoot.
Is it the one with the Walking Dead guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll probably be the end of this year.
Because they would show like a clip every whatever gaming E3 or whatever, but they never actually announced when it was coming out. So I was wondering if they're coming out with the PlayStation 5. They're gonna push it for that long.
To me, the graphics don't look out like they don't look like they're next tier. I think they're at PS4 level. I don't know. And this seems like a shorter hardware cycle, especially since within the hardware cycle we've seen upgrades within each hardware. Yeah. PS4 Pro and the Xbox One S, stuff like that. So it seems like a shorter versus the 360, which lasted for 10 years.
Waited so long.
The 360, I think, might have been, and the PS3 might have been just perfect systems. They came out at a perfect time. Yeah. One of the things I think that might be hurting things is, like Microsoft wanted to do, they don't want to use CDs anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that might have been one of the driving factors is like, look, we're going to a download-only, economy. So
they want to kind of allow technology to catch up with that change before they try to enforce that change.
Yeah.
A little bit. So do you think, speaking of games being released and the new systems are going to be in 2020, do you think there's going to be any new players trying to push out a new system? Or is it just going to be Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo?
Well, Nintendo won't replace theirs for a while. They actually just announced that recently, that there will be no successor to the Switch and there won't be any replacements for it for a while.
It seems like they'd be bad for their stocks. Just say, hey,
for Nintendo,
it's going to be cold winter for a while.
I can see them pulling out a Switch that has better frames per second.
But that's the thing is, that's not their audience. They don't need cutting edge gaming. They just need fun games. Yeah. So if you're looking at video games in the two categories as a media platform for engaging stories or a toy, Nintendo's always been like, that's cool, we're going to be the toy, you guys be the media platform with the stories.
We're the arcade games.
Yeah, right. But they're also remaking games like Final Fantasy X. What's that game? I can't remember. I just know that they're remaking a lot of popular games.
That's true.
That's why
but they sell. That's just, it's easy for them to remake what they already have and make a ton of money.
Yeah, but I could see them upgrading making better frames per second on this little.
Yeah. That would be a whole system upgrade. It wouldn't necessarily be a patch it can do.
So you guys were saying before that Fortnite doesn't function well with that because
that was last week. Yeah, Fortnite. I think it was last week. Fortnite actually doesn't shoot as fast.
Yeah. So I wonder if that would be a good partnership between the two. Is get the Switch caught up to 60 frames per second.
Well, they're working on fixing the bug through Epic Games, and what they'll do is they'll just make when you're on a Switch, your bullets actually hit harder.
Yeah.
It's the only way to fix that.
So I wonder if Nintendo would be interested in buying Epic Games or partnering with them to have part of the rights to Fortnite or something like that, because Fortnite kind of seems like, though it's a shooter and stuff, it seems like it kind of falls closer to the category that Nintendo games are.
I could see that, yeah. You know what? That actually does make sense. And you know what? There's precedent for that too, because Minecraft was huge and Microsoft bought them.
Yeah.
So there's actually precedent for that.
That'd be kind of interesting if they took that side, because that would probably be a good boost if Nintendo could promote with Fortnite's image and stuff.
And I want to say, did Microsoft invest in PUBG? Do you remember? I want to say Microsoft ended up putting a big investment into PUBG.
No, it wasn't them. It was a different company. I forget the name.
Yeah, they dumped a lot of money into PUBG, so that's why they're getting a lot more attention nowadays.
That's when they had a lot of issues, remember?
Oh, yeah. That game's been plagued with issues, and I love it so much, which is hard. Comic book-wise, last bit of news. There's a new comic book series coming up called Star Trek Year 5. It's a new comic book that will explore the last 2 years of the 5-year mission from the original series. So the show was canceled after 3 years. Mm-hmm. It's in the intro of the show, the original show. It was always a 5-year mission, yada yada yada. And the show was canceled in the first
original Star Trek from back in
Shatner and
50s or whatever it was.
So it only did 3 seasons, and then the follow-up animated show filled in some of the last 2 years and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, there's going to be a new comic book coming up from IDW Publishing, smaller company, but does really really nice work. That's going to fill in the last 2 years, and it's going to be in the same characters and exploring new worlds and stuff like that. So I think it'll be pretty good. Their artwork's really good over there. I'm not sure the artist yet on this one, but I think that's going to be one of them I catch up on. And that's one thing I wanted to bring up too, is I think a good idea for us, and preferably we actually go to a comic book shop for this.
Yeah.
I think we all pick up a comic book series, read it, and then kind of report back. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think it'd be great. I think we talked about that in a previous recording too.
Have we? Okay.
Yeah. That we would each kind of pick our own series, and after we're done, of course, we would all swap and read each other's series.
Right, yeah. But then we kind of do like book reports on here about like how it's going so far for The Flash or whoever you pick.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
So let's plan on that. We'll talk to Squeaks, who's in San Jose right now.
For sure be in on that.
Yeah.
And even just we'll plan, hey, on this weekend or whatever, the weekends that
comic book club.
Yeah. There you go. We'll all go to the shop and pick out the new issues of whatever we're into.
Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Would you read and keep up with
Well, maybe I don't want to necessarily say like what are you thinking about reading, but is there anything on top of your mind you're like I got to catch up on?
Well, I'm still reading Saga right now.
I'm still reading Batman Beyond.
So that's my thing is I'm thinking maybe we should go with mainstay characters too. Because I'm reading Saga, I'm reading Monstrous and stuff like that on the side. Yeah. Even the Star Trek one's gonna be one I read on the side. But I want to say like I'm gonna go pick up like all the Batmans.
Yeah.
And that way we have like mainstays that we're kind of keeping up on.
Would Batman Beyond be in that list?
I think that's fair. Yeah, they're doing a lot of work on Batman Beyond. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I'll go look. I'll go with you guys and look and see if there's anything I want.
Yeah.
I'd have to shop. I'd have to read some of the.
I barely understand comic books on like what numbers mean. And where do I
go? It gets so many crazy. So many different series of every kind of comic is the hard thing.
I think the one actually I'm going to do is Guardian of the Galaxy. Because I picked up Guardian of the Galaxy 1. They relaunched it. It's after the whole Infinity. It's a whole thing right now. There's somebody who killed Thanos. It's the whole thing. And it's, spoiler alerts, guys, it's Gamora. She killed Thanos. It's a whole thing.
Nice.
She's like the new bad guy, so it's cool. So I think I'm going to do that. I might do Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I picked the first one.
I think I'm going to try to stay out of the whole Avengers spotlight. Do something that's still, popular right now, but not be in the Avengers world.
The nice thing about this one, the reason I wanted to get in on Guardians of the Galaxy now, is they're saying that this Guardians of the Galaxy run will have all cosmic characters. They're like, all right, we're going to keep all our cosmic characters in one storyline, and it's this one.
Nice.
So I kind of like that. The cosmic characters from Marvel is insane. So there's Galactus and stuff like that we haven't even seen yet. And I'm thinking of Galactus because I'm looking at the box. I just put the action figure up. But he's on the cover of it too, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, so I think that'd be cool. We'll do that.
Nice.
I'll talk to Joe, and I got to find Joe. Joe's been like hibernating till springtime. Hopefully he's doing okay. Ate enough beforehand and stuff, sleeping through. Okay, so that's it for the news. We're going to be talking about our February free games with Games of Gold and the PlayStation. They always have the free games you get when you're a member of Xbox Live and the PlayStation program and the Nintendo program. Yeah. So first we're going to go with the Xbox One's games with gold. For the Xbox One is Super Bomberman R, and the other one is Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I think Super Bomberman is going to be the big get here. Classic games. I know me and my buddy Jeremy used to play Super Bomberman a lot on the Super Nintendo, which is old school, but they're challenging and they're a lot of fun. They're just pick up and play a game. You guys ever play Super Bomberman?
No.
I used to play Bomberman.
Bomberman, yeah.
That was fun. Me and my mom. She was like...
Oh, you told me about that. Yeah, she's like really good at it.
Yeah, she loves Bomberman.
Isn't that crazy? That's
especially
awesome.
On Super Nintendo. When we used to live in Galt when I was in 5th grade, didn't really have any friends because we just moved to Galt. So me and my mom would just be playing Super Nintendo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's so funny, John?
Oh, no. Just the statement was funny the way you said that. We didn't have friends, but...
I didn't really have any friends. I just moved to Galt, so it was just like, And we were only there for a year, so...
What's funny is I just found this out last week is my parents used to play a lot of Super Mario Bros. Like the 85 version. I didn't know that. I thought we were the ones playing it, but I guess when my dad would get home from work, they'd play it. Isn't that weird?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing on my NES?
Yeah.
I guess the family NES. Yeah. That was pretty interesting. I remember so well, shout out to Jeffrey, our cousin Jeffrey. He was insanely good at that. And he kept trying to teach me how to get the infinite lives on World 3, where you could like bounce the shell up against the wall there and just get infinite lives. I can never get it. To this day, I can't do that. And as a kid, like 8 years old, when he was like amazing to me and I was even younger, he used to be able to just smash that. And it was just, what the hell are you doing? Another game coming for the 360. Star Wars Jedi Knight. That's a really good, Jedi Knight Academy. That's a really good game. And Assassin's Creed Rogue. So Assassin's Creed Rogue, for people who don't know, when Black Flag came out, which everybody feels like a real good reboot to the whole franchise, it was an awesome game. Rogue, and that came out on Xbox One when Xbox One was new. Rogue came out for the 360. It was their version of it, basically. It's a different game, but it was their answer to it. It is actually an updated version for Xbox One, but this is the 360 version that's free right now, guys. Go pick it up. Matter of fact, Daniel and I don't know, did you get in it? Anyways, Daniel at least got me into Assassin's Creed through the free program. Yeah. Was it the first time you played Assassin's Creed as well?
Assassin's Creed 2, I got you into it. And then
everybody loves that.
Ezio's storyline was amazing.
Ezio's amazing, yeah. That's who they made an Assassin's Creed movie, and they made it off the wrong assassin. Just do the Ezio storyline.
Yeah, just keep going.
So good. All right, so for PlayStation, you have For Honor on PS4. You got Hitman: The Complete First Season for PS4. That's a really good one, actually. I was helping my nephew beat a couple missions on that one. For PS3, we have Dive Kick. And we have Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriot. I think it's probably the best game on this whole list, right? What do you think? I know you're a Metal Gear
I used
guy.
to play that one. That was fun.
Yeah. For PS Vita, which you can get these games on your PS4, but for PS Vita, it's Gunhouse and it's Rogue Aces. For NES, the games aren't announced yet. As soon as they are, I'll throw it up on Twitter and our website, so you guys can check those out. It's usually they'll release like 3 or 4 NES games for their online subscription service. All right, so this episode should be releasing around Valentine's Day, and I want to talk about, some people are out there, they're a little nerdy, and the best thing to do is find a nerdy chick with them, or a nerdy man, or either way, we have listeners on both sides of this. So I thought, what we should do is find some nerd-friendly pickup lines. Because if you say a normal pickup line, you're going to get a normal partner back. But if you say a nerdy pickup line and they laugh and catch on to it, boom, you got something that's going to work, right? Yeah. So I thought of I looked them up online. Some nerdy pickup lines I want you guys to tell me what you think about them, all right? First one is, hey, my name is Microsoft. Can I crash at your place? Yeah, Microsoft crashes all the time.
Nah, that's terrible.
Okay. Just a heads up. So just a warning, that's like one of the best ones.
Yeah. Oh man, the bar is set so low.
That's how low this bar is going to be, okay, guys?
Right,
remember, pickup lines are always cheesy, and the fact they're cheesy is part of the fun, okay?
That's true.
And some of these are sciencey, some of them are just, okay. 70% of human body is made of water, and I'm thirsty. Yeah. All right.
I can see that. A little scientific.
All right, that's a scientific one. Okay.
Dirtier than it needs to be.
Yeah. Well, this one's even dirty, okay? I can turn your software into hardware.
That's from a girl to a guy.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Daniel, I have a feeling, Daniel, here's a paper and pen. Go and write these down.
Yeah, take some notes.
Okay, John, I hopefully you catch one. Were you forged by someone? Because, baby, you are precious.
That would scare any woman away.
You have to do the voice or it won't work.
Yeah. Even Geek.
That's a good one, though.
If that geek chick stays around, doesn't run away, you gotta marry her that day.
You better have a wedding ring in your pocket.
Yes, pull the ring out.
Oh my God.
Tonight, this Han doesn't want to fly solo. Han Solo. All right.
Yeah.
That's all right. All right. Okay, this one is a little problematic. It might actually sound too bad. I'm going to ask you out. Resistance is futile.
Yeah. I like it, but I could see that being...
Okay, I need to call the cops.
Repeated in a courtroom.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
By the way, we're laughing too loud. I'm going to have to lower the volume on this, but that's okay.
I think that one depends. Is he holding a weapon?
Yeah, right? Yeah. If you happen to this is a good time to holding a spork dangerously. Like some...
A fake phaser, but she doesn't know that it's fake.
Yeah. Luckily, I brought my library card because I'm checking you out. Okay,
Yeah.
It's kind of like middle school pickup line.
These are ones you can teach your kids and not get them in trouble at school.
All right, I got two more. This one, again, Jonathan, you're going to be the audience for this. I'm sorry. If you were a space station, you'd be deep space fine.
Oh my god.
Okay, you gotta admit, if you're at the convention right now, you bust that out, you're not going home empty-handed. Empty-handed.
I'm gonna go home empty.
Oh my god.
Right. This one is a little bit of a poem, probably should be in a card, but I thought it was too perfect, okay?
Alright.
Plumbers are red, hedgehogs are blue, press start to join and be my player too. Alright, that's
pretty slick.
That's slick.
You could write that in a Geek Chicks card.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you want to walk up and be like, I got a poem for you, sit for a second.
You know? Stop running. I didn't finish.
I got 3 more lines of this soliloquy, I guess. I don't know.
I got one here though. Is your name Wi-Fi? Because I'm feeling a connection.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
You got to Daniel? What's your favorite pickup line? Come on.
Hi, my name's Daniel.
All right, guys, feel free to use those. Oh man, my Valentine's Day plan is literally to go watch Happy Death Day 2. I'm not even joking.
Nice.
So that's where I'll be if you guys want to see me at Century Theater. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about is Batman. The Batman. It's gonna be called The Batman. Gets a release date. We have a bunch of DC release dates coming up. The Batman gets a release date for June 25th, 2021. And DC's Super Pets movie is going to be on May 21st, 2021. And Suicide Squad 2 is August 6th, 2021. And that's actually going to be directed by James Gunn, the guy that did all the Guardians of the Galaxies. Nice. So that's a good sign. But the big news with the Batman one is Ben Affleck says he's out. He's going to be like a producer on it, but he has 2 more movies in his contract, so he'll probably come in at the Suicide Squad one. He may do a next Justice League, something like that. But that Batman is a 40-year-old Batman, and this Batman that we're getting, they will probably start a new trilogy, is going to be the 20s version of Batman. Like,
yeah, they need to.
A 20-year-old, yeah. So it'll be a younger Batman when he's fresh. The director is going to be, and it's going to be written by Matt Reeves. He did the newer Planet of the Apes. He did Cloverfield. So he's going to give a new take on this, and he says he wants to show the best detective in the world part of Batman, which is an aspect of him we don't see other than in the comic books. But and if you play the Arkham games, it's definitely this. Batman is considered the best detective in the world. He's really the Sherlock Holmes in a batsuit. So we're seeing that in this new movie. But with Ben Affleck out, who's going to replace him? So I got a couple ideas. Let me know what you guys think. I've already said this in the podcast before. Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he'd be really good. He's playing Mysterio right now.
I don't know. I think it'd be okay. To me, I mean, maybe because they are planning on changing the character a little bit, but I don't see him playing anything like, the current, like, what's his name, Christian Bale kind of Batman.
And that's the hard part, is he's got to compete against Christian Bale. Christian Bale is the best Batman in a long time. Oscar Isaac, I think would be good. He plays Bo Dameron in a...
Bo.
In these Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a good take on it. I think he'd be interesting.
Isn't he?
He's youthful.
Isn't he really short?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you're right. I think he is actually short. What a weird thing to call out.
I don't know. Because as I imagine, like, this actor fitting that role, I mean,
he's shorter than Finn, isn't he?
Tom Cruise plays a real person in a lot of movies. Yeah.
But he's always on a stepping stool. You just don't know on the inside.
Little stilts.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a good actor. But that played Bo Dameron. But
yeah.
I don't know about for Batman.
Here's one that might be a bit of a stretch. Michael B. Jordan, who played Killmonger from Black Panther. He also played in Creed.
Yeah.
If you're to take it into a new area, might as well give it a shot. There's a lot of people online that be like, no, that's not, because the idea with Batman is he's from old money, and so it's going to be harder for it to be Michael B. Jordan. But I think him portraying Batman, he'd nail it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's awesome as Killmonger.
He acts with a lot of passion, which is what Batman needs.
And then this one is, after I was reading some different suggestions, Den of Geeks had like a good list on this. After reading the suggestion, now it's all I can think about. Milo, I can't remember. I'm going to be messing up the last name. Milo Ventimiglia.
So who is he from?
I'm pretty sure there's not enough vowels in that name. That's my first take. They messed up on the vowels. He's on This Is Us, but you'll remember him from Heroes.
Who is he in Heroes?
He's the one that could absorb powers in Heroes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He has a very distinctive mouth, so it would come through real clear on Batman's cowl.
Was that Peter Petrelli?
I think he's Peter, yeah.
He's the young son, the one that wasn't running for senator or whatever it was.
Yeah. I think he was the ambulance driver. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he could do it. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be interesting, at least. He's very clean. He doesn't have that, but maybe this Batman won't have that rough, edgy exterior that you're kind of looking for that can be portrayed when needed to as a clean.
I think the key with Batman is he's like, especially this is the detective Batman, mm-hmm. so he's gonna have to be like dark and like just a presence in the room kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think fight scenes will do well. If you watch like the newest season of This Is Us, you see him.
Yeah, that's Peter Petrelli. Yeah.
Yeah. In the newest season of This Is Us, you see the flashbacks when he's back in Vietnam, and he's a little bit buffer back then or whatever. They made him look a little bit buffer. Like, that's the version that you can see as a Batman.
Yeah. Kind of thing.
Right.
So for Batman, I was thinking maybe Liam Hemsworth, who's Chris Hemsworth, a little
bit. Right. Yeah.
He'd be good. Yeah. He's, to me, he looks more like the Christian Bale kind of Batman.
Yeah.
Or Kit Harington, which I know you know is Jon Snow.
Oh yeah, I just want him to do anything.
Imagine him playing Batman.
So I'll raise you Batman, and I'll check your Batman, and I'll raise you with a 007. How good of a 007 would he be?
Yeah, he can do both. They don't conflict.
He's already cut his hair. It's funny because he cut his hair and he's got a mustache. Now I'm like, you're not Jon Snow anymore. Yeah. You messed this up. What are you doing?
I think that'd be cool though.
Okay, so now that's Batman, and we're thinking about the other movies, other talks that people have been replaced is Superman, and we need a new Wolverine.
Yeah, so I was trying to look people up for that, and I've been trying to look at the young spectrum of it.
You want them to last a long time.
Yeah, especially, that's the problem we're at, is that these guys are just getting older, they don't want to keep acting anymore, or they're ready to retire, hang up their hat. So for Superman, I was looking at two. They're probably both very bad picks, but I don't know. I can imagine them working out. Is Robert Pattinson, which is Edward from Twilight.
Oh my God.
But
I don't want him to see it. Well,
kind of douchey pompousness. I think he could act as Superman.
And as much as I can't stand him in Twilight, he's super good in Water for Elephants.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, I forgot about that movie.
How good is that movie?
Oh, what else can Christoph Waltz be in?
Oh, I know. Can Christoph Waltz be Superman?
He could play any of these guys.
Anything. That should be the new Lex Luthor.
We need a movie with him and Idris Elba.
Oh yeah, let's think of that. Okay, Sherlock Holmes and Watson right there.
Idris Elba's Green Lantern, and he's the villain, whatever villain.
Sinestro?
Sure.
There you go. Oh man.
I'll start writing.
All right, yeah, get that figured out.
So
WB, you got something coming your way?
If not Robert Pattinson, then possibly Zac Efron.
You're gross, dude. I don't want to see these people as Superman.
I don't know. I don't.
It gotta be like bulky. He's all muscle.
Yeah, the problem I just don't like his acting. I don't think he's an actual good actor.
No, he's not. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what he's done good. There was this one where his little brother died that was kind of like a good one, but I'm just gonna be thinking High School Musical the whole time, which is real meh.
Yeah. So I think Robert Pattinson. I think that would at least sell tickets, but I don't know how it would be for the comic and superhero fan community. Yeah. But I don't know. I couldn't think of any other young good actors that could take a spot that aren't already cast as superhero characters.
What's that one that's like Magic Mike? What's his name?
I don't know.
He's going to be the new Gambit, but I think he'd actually... Guy's going to drive me nuts. Because he's a huge Gambit fan.
He's in Magic Mike?
He's in Magic Mike. He is Magic Mike. Oh, boy.
Channing Tatum? No.
Channing Tatum, yeah. I think he might be a good Superman. What do you think?
Yeah.
He might not be young enough, but he has that kind of like all-American, face that might be really good for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could, I could see a good battle between him and Tom Hardy. So that would be Batman.
If you want Tom Hardy to be Batman now, you didn't mention that before.
No. So Tom Hardy's going to continue to be Bane because they need to rewrite the story to where Bane is the main villain and he continues to play him.
It's funny because internet-wise, Bane's the least liked villain, which to me I love Bane.
Yeah.
And it's funny though. I think we mentioned this before as well. Is they actually redid all his voice acting in that movie. That's the second take.
Those are all dubbed?
Yeah, because the first take was too crazy. And so if you think of how crazy the second take was, that's... Imagine...
It was good though.
I can't even imagine how crazy that is.
But yeah, that's a good call. Channing Tatum, I don't think he could play Batman or Wolverine very well, but I think he would be a pretty good Superman.
I'm interested to see how his Gambit's going to roll out. They actually are having production issues because of the Disney buyout. It might never come, but he's always wanted to play Gambit as a kid and stuff like that, so that'd be pretty interesting. What do you think for a Superman replacement, Daniel?
Superman, I really don't want them to switch.
Henry Cavill. I love Henry Cavill. Yeah, that's
Henry Cavill is really good. He does a good Superman.
Is there a reason they're changing him out? I mean, he's not that old.
Fans aren't a big fan of Henry Cavill.
Give him another shot.
Which is too bad. I mean, like, go watch out Mission Impossible Fallout. I think that's one of his better roles. Or The Tudors. He's in Tudors as well. But Mission Impossible Fallout, he's hella good in that movie.
Well, are they judging him from the second movie, or are they judging him from the first one?
That's the problem. I think a lot of people are judging him from the second movie when you should be judging him from the first one, Man of Steel.
Because the second one was because of Ben Affleck's fault. That was all Ben. That was.
Yeah.
No.
I think Man of Steel, people need to sit down and watch it again. Yeah. It's a really good movie.
It's such a good
movie. I liked it a lot.
I think it was I was probably, I could even say my top 3 favorite Superman movies.
Yeah.
I'd say that too.
I could probably say it's in my top 10 superhero
I'm one of the few people that really like Superman Return.
Yeah.
You remember Superman Return that came out about 5 years before Man of Steel?
Yeah.
He's on Legends of Tomorrow now. I can't remember his name. He's on Legends of Tomorrow now.
That's the one with the villain is one of those is Scarecrow, right?
No, Scarecrow is Batman's villains. Oh my god.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking Batman Returns.
No, yeah, Superman Returns is the you might think of Batman. That's the one with God. Anyways, yeah, where the Kryptonite Island, he has to like fly the Kryptonite Island up.
Oh yeah.
They're on a boat.
I remember that.
But I liked it because it was a real Chris Reeves remake.
Standalone.
Yeah, it felt like a real Chris Reeves return, you know.
Yeah.
So he did a good job of that, and he's on Legends of Tomorrow. He does really good on that show. If you guys ever want to catch up on the actor, he's really interesting on Twitter too. I follow him on Twitter. Can't remember his name for the life of me right now. All right, so now we got the Wolverine replacement. This one is real hard because I'm like, can we just give Hugh Jackman some drugs to make him young again?
Yeah.
I don't want to lose Hugh Jackman.
Does he have any kids?
Yeah. Can we clone Hugh Jackman? How long will this take? If we're going to have a reason for cloning, it's now.
We need a Borg maturation chamber.
Yeah, that's what we need. More Borgs. All right, so who are you thinking for a Wolverine replacement?
The only person, I was looking through a large list of younger scale actors. Only one I could find that I think would be an okay replacement is the guy from I Am Number 4. His name is Alex.
Wow,
Pettyfer.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, he was good in that movie, and I think he could play that role.
What the hell's he even doing nowadays too? Yeah, I think he's available.
He does play movies, but I couldn't find any. I should have 2 for Wolverine. I think Tom Hardy. He would be a good one.
I can see that. Is he in any Marvel movies? Oh, he's Venom right now, but.
Yeah.
I mean, they could still just... Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but Travis Fimmel from Warcraft is like the...
Oh, dude!
Who's that?
You nailed it! Okay, yeah, he's from Warcraft. He's also from Vikings.
Yep.
Okay. The main guy.
Ragnar Lothbrok from Vikings.
There you go.
Dude, nailed it.
Yeah.
That's Wolverine. Man, that's a good one.
Yeah. I was like, that would be a good one.
He rages out hard, too. That's the whole key with Wolverine is he's got to be able to rage out. I would like him to cast a short actor because, guys, Wolverine's only 5'3". Let's make sure he's 5'3" again. All right, as a person who's 5'3", props, my doctor says 5'2", but he's a liar. But I want more 5'3" superheroes, okay? Wolverine hung the hat on him a long time. My firstborn will be named Logan.
What was his name?
Travis Fimmel.
He is perfect for it. And now you're also making me think of Jax because he looks all like Jax from Sons of Anarchy. You ever watch things on the
No, I never did.
It's all right. Anyway, so he kind of looks like Jax too. But yeah, man, that's a good one. Any other suggestions for Wolverine?
No, just those 2. But I think like his look, and then in Warcraft he had the facial hair. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like he could be a pretty good Wolverine.
I really hope we get another Warcraft movie.
Oh, I know.
Because it's like I feel so bad.
That was so good.
It was good, and one thing I like is even as a World of Warcraft lover, of course, I'm watching it and like I appreciate the effort. They actually did stay pretty close to a lot of things. I really appreciated it. And but I feel bad for the fans. It's just like when you're like a Legend or a Last Airbender fan, and you go watch the Last Airbender movie, like, guys, this doesn't represent the show.
As you're like handing out paper as people are leaving, like, this wasn't a proper representation, a disclaimer.
Well, same thing with the Warcraft one, in the fact that like you're watching, you're like, look, this is a really good story, but guys, That baby that's floating down the river, that's Thrall. Yeah. That's the big deal. And guys, there's this guy named Arthas who's chilling out on Frozen Throne later on. That's the big deal. Like, there's so much better stories coming. Let's just get some sequels.
I hope they go with the sequel of, like, Thrall and then Lich King. Like, right away, just bring Lich King. Bring his castle. Bring everything. It was so awesome. I'll be hyped. I'll be getting goosebumps and stuff right when you see Arthas coming out. Yeah. Oh.
So they would have to do the next movie would have to be the Thrall storyline and him forging the new horde. So it'd be him getting with Karen Bloodhoof and the Forsaken with Sylvanas and stuff like that, creating the new horde and fighting the first villains, which would they'll probably do like Ragnaros or something like that. Would be cool.
Honestly, I'm kind of over Thrall.
You're not
because like he would have been a great leader of the horde, but he was a pussy and didn't want to. You know. Yeah. So I'm kind of upset with him. I'd rather see a Vol'jin Warcraft movie.
The reason he left though is because he basically got promoted. So he was going to be the speaker for the Earthen Ring, right? Mm-hmm. He was going to be in charge of all elements and shamans. But then he left the horde because he was going to do something even bigger to protect the horde, right? Yeah. And I'm defending Thrall because he's my boy. And that's literally the password to one of my to the internet out here. So if you guys come by, it's Thrall. Just heads up. And then at that point, he ends up fighting Garrosh. He puts Garrosh in charge because he felt Garrosh was the right choice. He should have put Karen Bloodhoof, but he didn't. Anyways, so he puts Garrosh in charge, sees it's a mistake, goes and fights Garrosh, and we see from the movies is a good example of how you're not supposed to use magic. He uses magic to kill him. The elements forsake him. You have used the elements that you're in charge to protect Azeroth with. You've used those elements to kill somebody when you're not supposed to use elements at all. You're not supposed to use any magic. So they strip him from his magic. So now he's just a father of his kid. So right now he's kind of on the sidelines. He's basically magicless. He does...
Yeah, but he doesn't need magic to be
I think he's going to come back. I do think he's coming back.
Or Vol'jin needs to come back.
Well, yeah. And Vol'jin was also who he should have put. You should have put Vol'jin in charge right away too. Which that scene, oh man, when you kill Garrosh in Siege of Orgrimmar, and then like you see King Varian walk up and he's looking at Thrall and Thrall steps aside and like that's our boy right there. And it's Vol'jin. It's back there. It's like oh shit, the Vol'jin's awesome. I like World of Warcraft. So, anyways, we can go on again for hours on this.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. But behind the scenes, Chris Metzen's the voice of Thrall, and he retired from Blizzard, but he has been on the campus a lot lately. People have been reporting. So we may be seeing Thrall coming back and maybe taking his mantle again. Maybe putting down Sylvanas, something like that. So I like Sylvanas too, so it's complicated. Horde life has always been complicated. Why the Alliance is just like, we're going to follow Anduin. Yay! We're one-dimensional characters over here. Anyways. So thank you guys very much for joining us and listening to about 5 minutes of WoW Talk. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.